The reason why you have what you have in some of these other jurisdictions is because they're putting woke ideology ahead of your safety as New Yorkers or as people from Illinois or wherever you have this type of policy taking place.
And that's Florida Governor Ron DeSantis touring this past week 3 Democratic-run cities, New York, Chicago, and Philly. They also happen to be 3 cities with some of the highest crime rates in this country. So is Governor DeSantis setting himself up to be the tough-on-crime candidate in the 2024 race? And also, how important it is for police to know that we have their back. Joining us now is former NYPD detective and founder of Blue Lives Matter New York City. We love him, Joe Imperatrice. Joe, you were there in Staten Island when this happened, right there when Governor DeSantis was speaking to a full house of law enforcement. What was it like to be in the room, and what did it mean to law enforcement to hear a politician? We've heard a lot of the liberals saying, defund police or questioning them, but to have someone who said, we have your back, we support you.
Well, New York City, especially after getting beaten up the last couple of years, to have a governor of Ron DeSantis' status, to come from Florida to Staten Island, the stronghold of all first responders and police supporters, absolutely incredible. He was great from the first second he got in. The energy was great. People are excited, and that's what we need to see more of all across this nation.
How much do you think some of the liberal policies are hurting police and also hurting communities?
Completely, all across this nation. Look at New York City. Raise the age. Bail reform, the complete revolving door of letting criminals back out on the street, not worrying about the victims. We have the diaphragm bill that de Blasio wanted to put into place. We have to allow police officers to do their job. The community deserves to have respectful, proper policing. But at the end of the day, people need to understand that 911 is called when individuals don't feel safe and it's the last resort. So we need to stand behind our cops, get the bad guys off the street, and keep our community safe.
Do you think we're hitting a bit of a boiling point in some places? We have seen so many repeat offenders with incredibly long rap sheets, and they're trying to now remove a soft-on-crime St. Louis prosecutor. Even some Democrats there are fed up because we're seeing these rap sheets. There was that terrible crime that happened in Florida with a reporter who was killed and a 9-year-old girl, and they said the 19-year-old guy was a career criminal, and most of the crimes were when he was a juvenile. Do you feel the tide is turning? Because even some Democrats are saying the criminal justice reform issue is not working.
I hope so. This last officer that was killed in Brooklyn, assigned to the 6-6 precinct off duty, that person that killed him wasn't a choir boy. He had a rap sheet. You look at it and say, how is this person allowed back on the streets? That's what we got to get back to. From firsthand experience, these criminals that are going out there and actually causing violent crimes, it's not their first time they're doing this. I'm seeing it over and over and over again. The juveniles, they're getting more bold. They're seeing the old people get away with it. They're not getting locked up for stealing candy bars at grocery stores. It's having loaded firearms. It's robberies, burglaries, grand larcenies of vehicles. There's no reason why someone with 10, 15, 20 prior arrests should be on our city streets to reoffend.
How tough is it to recruit good folks into law enforcement? I mean, even at the NYPD, they're at a real low in terms of recruitment because it is so tough to be a cop. You know it better than anybody, Joe.
Number-wise, think about this. When I came on back in 2006, yearly, you'd have a class of 1,200 recruits going in twice a year. They're lucky if they're getting between 300 and 600 recruits twice a year now. That's a problem. Over time, I really feel bad for the city, the big cities, the Democrat cities with high crime. We have to go out there and start speaking to the younger children. I'm talking about preschool, kindergarten, all the way up to 8th grade, because sometimes these kids are in high school already have their minds made up. But let them know that police officers are great people. They're humans just like them. And that hopefully recruit some great talent. So down the road, when we're really old and gray, we have some great people out there keeping us safe.
Yeah, absolutely. It is so important for all of us. Joe, thank you. And thanks for everything you do there at Blue Lives Matter NYC. Thank you very, very much.